Now the spies didn't have this humility. Lahashpilas atzmam be'emes. Lamata mebechinas Eretz Yisrael, to lower themselves below the land of Israel. Therefore they said bad things about the land. And they said you can't lift it up because they didn't bother to lower themselves. And the likeness to this is explained in the Mamar in Torah Ohr about how Yehuda drew close concerning the idea of Yeravam, when he said, who's at the head? And they said, Ben Yishai is at the head. And he said, therefore, if that's the case, I don't desire. And Ayin Shem, look over there. That is all the same idea, meaning he didn't want to lower himself. Because when they said that we are the higher Merkava, the tribes of Yudke, how can we lower ourselves below, lower than the concept of Malchus, to be the idea of the 12 cattle, but nonetheless, that's how it goes. That's the attribute of it. And this descent is for the purpose of elevation. And like the enclothement of the divine soul in the animalistic soul, that through this descent of the divine soul, that's how you are able to affect an elevation afterwards. Shein hashpalam yud beis gvulei alachs in the zab yud beis baka de briachulu. And so too, or more so, that you don't have this descent of the 12 diagonal boundaries of Zir Anpin into the 12 cattle of the world of Bria. That you don't have it without this hashpala, I guess. And they said, or it's she'ein hashpala miyud beis gvulei lachs, and that's their kol shechin. And they said, how much more so if the shiftei ka, and they said it's a land that eats its inhabitants al derech kala kshiri ulevavi, like the idea of my body and my heart have expired. I guess it's juxtaposed to kala na'iv chasuda. Ki chazak mimenu, because his heart is stronger than us. Vam razal perigzayin desota lamidei amud aleph perek menachos nun gimel amud beis perek gimel deruchin daf tezvav amud aleph kivi yochel balabais inu yochel lahutzi kelev misham. It's as if, so to speak, the one who owns it cannot even take his vessels out of there. So it said, don't read it me menu, read me meno. It's higher than, they're stronger than him. Perish balabais inu ziranpin. So what's the balabais? That is to say, ziranpin dat zilos shalzen emarki tiferes adam l'sheves bais. That on this it says, like the beauty of man dwelling in his house. And they said that he's not able to purify to take out his vessels. What vessels? Those are those vessels that fell down in the breaking of the vessels from the world of Toh. From there, from the world of Toh into the concept of Canaan, which is the 3 klippos. So he can't take his vessels out of there. Means he can't purify and elevate the vessels that fell down by the breaking, to elevate the sparks. And that is that the attributes of Atzilus, that through them and in them you have the conduct of the world. Nikra Zer Anpin, they're called the small countenance, Sharim Milubashim, back Halim, because they're enclosed within the vessels. Shakli Magbilim Samsem. Why are they called Zer Anpin, the small countenance? Because they're the vessels that confine and constrict. So it's smaller. Also, the intellect confines the emotions, and because so the Zer Anpin is coming after the Mayr Makom of the intellect of the Mochin, therefore it's smaller because it's confined to the direction of the intellect. Which is not the case with the length of countenance of the divine that's referred to as the great man, not the Ze'er Anpin, but the Adam HaGadol Ba'anakim V'Amidos Shelamayla Matzilos, and the attributes above Atzilos Nikra Chesed Gedulah. So Chesed is called the greatness, the Gadol. Because on that aspect it's the concept of great kindness, without measure, without boundary, and not in a constricted way, not in a confined way. That's why it's called the length of countenance, which is higher than the small countenance. Now this that fell down in the breaking of the vessels, which is from the world of Tohu, which is above the world of Atzilus. That's why Esav is called the older boy, or older boy of Alkin Mekablim Hashef Shlo Aidei Cheshbon V'das. Therefore, they receive the divine flow not through a measure, a calculation, and a knowledge. That's why it says we also saw those that were given birth from the giant. That is to say, that they were receiving from this concept of the length of countenance, like he says that it was the Adam HaGadol from Tohu, without the tzimtzum. Higher than Zav. What does it mean? That he did not get angry with them even if they were sinning in the land of Israel. That's the Yilidei Hanak. They come from, get their nurturance from this level of Erech HaPayim Adam HaGadol, not Adam Ze'er. Therefore, the one who's in charge of the house, Shuzir Anpin, therefore he can't elevate these sparks, because their nurturance is from beyond Atzilus, and so they divided then between Zah and Arich, between the two trees, so to speak. Or a different idea. Parshas Shelach, right, so look what the Ramaz explains about the idea. If it has a tree, the tree of life, like Zer Anpin, or the concept of Ayin, which is even higher than the trees, like Memale Eitzim. And this is what he says: Ki nistapku shema ein hashkachas ha'arich ba'atzma sholetes aleihim ki im derech ze'er davka, because they were doubting whether or not the concept of arich on its own ruled over them, and if it only went through Zer Anpin specifically to conduct them. V'zeh avon gadol. And this is a great sin. Why? To say that Hashem is watching over the providence is only on the heavens, divine providence. And then the heavens rule over the earth. So you make this division in the divine when it's one. But the truth is they made a great mistake. That on this it says, if you lift yourself up like an eagle, to get a nurturance from the nape of the neck of Ari Chanpin. That's the concept of the giants. From there I will bring you down, Hashem says. So what does it mean if you lift yourself up like an eagle? That's the concept of giants, of the Anakim. So from there Hashem will bring you down. Shuzer Anpin. So who's going to bring you down? Zah, Shem Havaya, which corresponds with the Zer Anpin. That there's no division, truly. And like it's known with the concept that Havaya Elokeinu took us out of Mitzrayim, Abba v'Ima shilbishu zroz tarichan, that refers to Abba and Ima, that enclose the arms, so to speak, of Arichanpin, ki be'emes kol achad, because the truth is, it's all one. All these levels are kolol one of the other, and you can't make a division in Elokus. Hainu Arich Anpinu soviv kol almin v'zera Anpinu memale kol almin v'kol achad. That is, that Arich Anpin is the divine that encompasses the worlds, and Zera Anpin is the idea that fills all the worlds, v'kol achad, and it's all one. Truly, they're not two separate things or divinities. Chas v'shalom. That he may be blessed is the one who encompasses all the worlds, and he is the one that fills all the worlds. And that's why it says in the entire Torah, I am Havaya. So that is me, means my essence and being, with the name of Havaya, that's Memale, and creates Kol Echad, it's all one. Because even though the name of Havaya, the Yud, corresponds with the idea of confinement, this divine concept that is drawn through confinement, being clothed within wisdom and understanding and so forth. But nonetheless we say, you are the wise. What does it mean, you? You, your essence and being, may be blessed. You're the one who shines in Chachma, and he is the knower and the knowledge and so forth. And with his, in his desire may be blessed, we can take out his vessels from there in a moment. And the spirit of impurity will be wiped away from the earth, or from the land. And further Kalev said to them, that their tselem has, their shadow has passed from over them. That their nurturance is only through a concept of the shadow and the encompassing, the concept of the 11th spice, the lavona, the makif, the whiteness above the other spices, the frankincense that represents this idea of the encompassing light beyond the klippas noga that gives it a nika. This that can't be swallowed and drawn into the inner concept, klal at all, because holy does not get mixed in with the mundane. It's brought in Yitzchayim, and this is what he says. You have this concept of the 11 spices of the incense, and the concept of the 11 skins of the goat skins. Parshas Tavo, you have 11 curses in Parshas Kisavo, him es or klippos to noga, that corresponds with the 10 klippos of noga. And they have within them a holy life force that enlivens them. Now in the 10 spheros of holiness, the life force is swallowed in them, and included with them in them to the point where they're only called 10 of alba klippos in a chayus nivla besocham, but in klippos the life force does not get swallowed inside of them, kain kodesh misarav bechol, because the holy does not mix in with the mundane, ach omed al rosham, but stands above their head, umsham meir lahem, and from there it shines to them, v'azhim nechshavim yud aleph, then they're considered to be 11. Ki kol amosif godea, because anyone who adds on actually is taking away. It's taking away, meaning to say that 11th means that it's not inside of them, giving them, but rather makif above. V'kein kasab b'peitzchaim shara kadishim perek dalet ach b'klippa in nichlali ma'machayos. But in the klippa, the life force does not get included within them. L'cheinim yud aleph chlu. Therefore, there's 11. L'chein omrim yiskadal v'yiskadash. Therefore, we say yiskadal v'yiskadash. Yud aleph osios, which is 11 letters. Ki hachayus shebesocha klippa mistalik lamayla besocha kedusha, because the life force that's within the klippa goes above and gets included within the holiness. V'yala lamayla tocha kedusha, and gets elevated above into the holy. V'zovi skadesh, and that's what it means. It becomes holy. So viskadal means it goes upwards, and viskadash means that it becomes holy by being elevated into the kedusha. That's when you have this birur of the klippos. And through the life force going away from the klippa, so the klippos will be subjugated and die. And that's the end of the quote. From Priyitzchaim Shara Kadishim and Ulefi Shachayus Urak V'Bechinas Tzel Umakif. So in the concept of the Kaddish then is when you go from one world to the other in davening, let's say, so you have to get rid of the klippos, make sure they don't get an achiza when you have this elevation. And through the Iskadal and the Iskadash, the going up and the becoming holy, to take away the chayos of the klippos, because it doesn't get swallowed in them, but it is makif. Hainu lefisha chayos yurak bebechinas tzelo makif, and that is because this life force is only in a concept of a shadow, an encompassing idea, v'lo kemo b'kedusha, not like in holiness, shachayos shebem nichlali ma'im mamosh, that the life force that's in them gets truly included within them. Yehu. We got Mo Yichad, that he and his Kalim are one. Him and his causations are one. Aval Etzlam Achayisrak Bibichinas Tzelu Makiv, the life force is only like a shadow and encompassing. Alkain Bekalu Yacholis Dalik Meham, therefore it's easy for it to be removed upwards from them. Li Kalal Bekadusha, and to be included in holiness. And then they'll automatically be subjugated. Because even though there's also sparks that are in them, not just makif, these sparks don't have a life force without the makif. Because, and even in holiness, it says the soul that you gave within me, that the neshama is dependent upon the giving is inside. And that you are guarding it within me even afterwards. Through the encompassing concept, which guards it. The klippas noga, how much more so in the 10 spheres of the klippas noga. That the life force that's included within them and swallowed in them is mundane. And their main life force is from the encompassing concept, that doesn't get mixed in with them. And therefore, when this makif goes away, they'll be subjugated and fall down. So the kol sherein is is that if the holiness itself needs the makif, which guards the neshama inside, how much more so when it's not holiness inside, and you won't have the havamina that the holiness could sustain itself. How much more so that it needs the makif and the tzel. V'zeu shamar lahem kalev, and that's why Kalev told them sar tzilam alehem, that their shadow has passed from over them. Shekfar hisira kadosh baruch ha makif atzel shalahem, that the Holy One, blessed be He, has already taken away their shadow and their encompassing light. Look what's brought on the verse, that he took off the wheels of his merkava. What are the wheels, the makifim? That's the source and the root in holiness. That from there he gets an utterance. He took away that aspect when he took off, which is the concept of taking off the wheels from the chariots, encompassing concepts. And similarly, you can understand the idea of that their shadow was taken away from them, was passed over them. And look what's brought about the idea of, however, as I am alive, therefore automatically they are our bread, that just like bread is subservient to the person, and the person elevates it, so too it says about the 7 nations, that you're going to eat all of the nations, like you're elevating the sparks from the that's below you. The Parshas from the Birur Nitzutzos of going into the land. Look what's put on the explanation of the verse, that it's a justice, a judgment that's written. And that is that the food enlivens the man, through purifying from him his root that fell from the world of tohu. So too, he'll purify the sparks that fell down in the land of Canaan from the breaking of the vessels. And they will be included in holiness, like the idea if to those who go over his will, who transgress his will, that's what they get. To those who do his will, how much more so? And like what's brought in Torah Ohr and the Mamar about how Paro sent the nation. Like this is what it says, and pearls to your neck as a necklace. So it's the concept of anakim, those high ones, meaning those that would nurture from Erech Apayim, the imtagbia kanesha, the concept of the giants in the land of Israel. They're legargrosayich, they become a jewel, a gemstone, so to speak, to your neck, through the avodas habirurim. And the gargorosayich is perhaps like a concept of oref, of Osi's paro, or the concept of above ziranpin, to the keset. Permishli simin aleph tez v'ksiv libavtini be'achad anak mitzav ronayich, and it says, you've made my hearts with a gemstone, with one pearl from your tzavar, from your neck. Shirashirim simin dalates. So again, a concept of anak, of purifying the sparks, the gemstones from your neck, like the concept of the Birur Nitzutzos by the Kriyas Yam, when they took the gemstones from the chariots and the reins of the horses and so forth. And And it's brought in Shira Shirim Rabbah on the verse, this in one, Anak this giant or this gemstone, Moshe Yuchad Bechad Anak, what does it mean? This one pearl that refers to Moshe, Hamiyuchad, that who's unique, Vagibur Shibishvatim, who's strong amongst all of the tribes. And Moshe was tall and in comparison to all the others, his Mila was greater than them. Because the concept of the giants, why are they called Anakim? What's the reason that we call them that in the first place? That they cover over the sun. They're manikid, they make it Ainu Mirov Guva Kumasan. And that is because of how they're so high. It seems as if the sun is like a gemstone to his shoulder or to his neck, like a pearl necklace. Ba'achad anak. Like the perhaps like the medrash of Adam Arishon with the gemstone in the sun that heals. It seems like a similar idea. Eliyahu Mizrahi b'Peresh HaChumash Parshas Shelach. V'hinei Amar Razal al pasuk ma yisron la'adam b'chol amalo she'amol tachas hashemesh. Now our sages said on the verse, what's the greatness to man in all his efforts that he toils under the sun? Shani Amala Deoraisa. But the toil in Torah is different. The Le'ela min Shimsha, that's higher than the sun. Le'ela min Shimshahu. So it says, what greatness is there to man in his toil that's under the sun? But we're saying here, we're talking about V'yasuru Sa'aretz Melashon Yisron as well. So what's the Yisron when it's La'ela min Shimsha? It's higher than this Anak. So the Birur and Tzutzos, which is these Anakim, these pearls from the physical. But here you have a Yisron of something beyond the sun, higher than this Anak that you're drawing down from beyond in order to purify. Ohr Parshas Va'era b'dibur ha'maschil v'daber Elokim chulu shmi havaya shu shemesh havaya shu ma shelamayla meb'chinas yislabshu so b'magen l'shem Elokim chulu. Who was brought in Torah or and about how Elokim spoke. Shmi havaya, it says Shmi havaya lo nudati lem, they didn't know my name Havaya. Shu shemesh havaya, which is the concept of the sun, of course, corresponding with the Shem Havaya Shumash Lamayla Meb'chinas Yislabshu so b'magen Shem Elokim Chulu, meaning to say the idea of Shem Havaya as it's above the enclothement in the shield of the name of Elokim. They didn't know that aspect, even though the name of Havaya Elokim was used by the Avos, meaning Havaya as it was enclosed in Elokim. Vahaya, Havaya, Elokim, and so forth. Torah, and to draw this down, is through Torah, like we said, Shani Amala Deoraisa, Delayla min Shimsha, Vareza Gamkin, Gumo Bechinas Anakim, and this is similar to the idea of pearls, Shizavaram, no cave, that get hole in them in order to make the necklace. V'onek benekev, and they get this. You make this gem jewelry by making this hole. Shachama yotzebo benekev shachama yotzebo, that there's this hole in the heavens, like a concept of a window or a conduit of some kind that the sun comes out in. Like it's brought in Birkei de Rabbi Eliezer, the different chalonos and so forth. The Ratzolom Shino Kivis Bechinas Hamagen What are we talking about? The Nikiva, meaning to say he makes a hole in this shield and sheath of the sun to shine without it beyond the sun being enclosed in the sheath or in its orbit of Shem Elokim. Like it's brought in Shkurani, in the second Shir HaShirim. And that's why it says about this, and they'll be like pearls to your throat, that through your throat, Torah. Why specifically the neck? Because the windpipe is what brings out the voice of Torah. That's why it'll be a necklace of pearls. And like it's brought with the concept of Yehoshua, Shamar Shemesh Begivon Dam, that he said that the sun in Givon should be silent, that he stood the sun up, he stopped the Galgal. So the concept of the orbit, the Kadur HaShemesh, is Shem Havaya, but the Galgal, the orbit of the sun, that's what he stood up. Himid Galgal Chama, that means the orbit of the sun, the Shem Elokim, the sheath. That's what he stopped. He stopped the sheath and shined the Chama in its brightness. Galgal Mesav V'Sachama Shu HaNirtak, that's the sheath of the sun, and that happened all on Gimel Tammuz, that the sun was taken out of its sheath. Dihimid Galgal Chama Nartik Vainu Sefer Mishnah Torah Sheher Allah, and that's through showing the sun, the Mishnah Torah Sefer Dvarim, that he showed the sun V'amar Kashem Shalo the Mam Timizeh, that he said, just like I didn't stop saying this, Kach Dom Lefanai, so too you should be silent in front of me. Mitzvah Tzedakah, so too to the fulfillment of the mitzvah of Tzedakah. Shnei Amar Hanik Tan Niklo. Like it says that you should give the slave the gifts of anak, from the language of gifts, like a precious stone, a pearl. But a hanek tanik in that context means simply precious things that are worth, have a value to them. And I wonder if there's a concept of, like what Hashem says to Yechezkel Hanegdom, by the morning, the Beis Hamikdash. Like it says by Avraham that he was the great man of Anakim. Why was he called the giant? Because that's his midah, the concept of tzedakah. Hanek taniklo, through the mitzvah of tzedakah. So Avraham was from the Anakim, from this concept of the call it like the gemstones. Achad Anak. So I don't know if there's a concept of the throat by Chasadim as well. Like it says that he guarded the path of Havaya to do charity. If so, exactly the opposite. This that they saw there, the sons of the giant, therefore it says that I will gift him with haughtiness. Meaning to say, Hashem will give us pride in the kingship of David and so forth. Simon Ein Gimel Vav, given Shekfar Sart Silam Alehem, because their shadow has passed over them. Im ken yivorah kol zeh, if so it'll all be purified and elevated. Lios nichlo lachayos b'torah mitzvos, to be included within the Torah mitzvos. Lios v'anokim lagargro saychulu kanal, to be like precious stones to your throat and so forth. That's like anakas mogav. I will gift him. I will make it. I will gift him with haughtiness, meaning with like the shminis of haughtiness of Torah, or the guy of El Yonah, Kigoga, and the like. Which is also a concept of birurim from the Shiras Hayam of the birurim of the Bizas Hayam, perhaps.